Good morning, students of Standard 9. Here I am with a video of The Road Not Taken, the first poem that you will be discussing. It's from your textbook Beehive, a poetry written by Robert Frost. I'm sure all of you are aware of this gentleman. He's known for his love for nature and using different aspects of nature as everyday symbol of our life. He's known for writing or small poems. He doesn't go on to write uh, big ones or huge epics. He just simply presents a few stanzas and conveys a very deep lasting meaning. The road not taken is about choices. The thing we regret most in life is not failure, it's not making a choice at the right time. Things we should have done or could have done but opted not to just to be safe. We live with the regret of it forever. And that's the what this poet is trying to tell you. That's the biggest regret ever, and it kills you slowly. So try. It's better to try and fail than never have tried at all. Failure is not a big thing. Failure and success is a part of life. It comes and goes. It will continue being with you. It doesn't matter how successful in the eyes of other people you are, or how big a failure in the eyes of others you are. From your personal point of view, if you approach your life on a daily basis, you would realize success and failure are everyday part. It's two sides of a coin, and we go through it every day. But regret is something that is most painful. It's better to have failed and tried and failed rather than not to have tried at all. That's the most painful thing. So it's about Robert Frost. You see two roads diverging, a man standing in between, and it's about choice, which road to take. That's the basic idea. Although the man is standing in somehow barren land, in the poem they put forward a forest like this one. You see a forest of wood, and road is diverging in two directions. Well, let's talk something about Robert Frost. Robert Lee Frost was an American poet. He is highly regarded for his realistic depictions in rural life. A popular and often quoted poet, Frost was honored frequently during his lifetime. His work frequently employed themes from the early 1900s rural life in New England. And New England is in USA, right? So let's tell you about the poem. Let's get to know about it. You see, forest during autumn season, the leaves are yellow. So we can call it a yellow forest. First published in 1916, The Road Not Taken shows Frost at his best as the pastoral who combines rustic simplicity with hidden, indirect, and clarity of style and language. The road is a symbol of the choice made by us in life. Many times we regret the choice we make, but what is done once cannot be undone. Man regrets for what he has denied himself in life rather than what he has chosen. Hence, the poet has given the poem the title The Road Not Taken. The word road not only means way, it also means journey or a stage of journey. Here, road does not signify any ordinary road, but functions a metaphor of a vital decision. Yellow. The yellow coloring of the woods is representative of the light, hope, and promise that the speaker is standing before. His future is bright and stretches before him. Though both paths are equally lit, he must choose only one. Woods. The poem is set in the woods because we get an image of a quiet, deserted place where the speaker is left alone to decide. There are no road signs or people to stop and ask for directions. Similarly, there are no signs in life designed to help people to choose their path. See, such a brilliant idea he has conveyed through this. Roads. The roads are symbolic of the paths we take in life. Every road leads to a specific place, and the nature of one's destination depends entirely on the decisions that are made. We don't just arrive at a location, we make a series of choices that lead us there. Morning. The morning represents a new beginning and the endless possibilities the day ahead has to offer. Frost sets the poem in the morning to reveal that the speaker is in the early years of his life and his future is spread out before him. Now let's talk about the poem. The poem talks about the choices one has to make in life and their consequences. One day, while walking in the wooded area full of trees, the poet comes to a place where he has to decide which road he should take. He starts debating over the choices as he realizes he cannot walk on both. However, he decides to take the second part with the intention of traveling on the first some other time in future. Here is the poetry for you. Two roads diverged in the yellow wood, and sorry I could not travel both. And be one traveler long I stood, and looked down one as far as I could, to where it bent in the undergrowth. The speaker describes his position. He has been out for walking in the woods and comes in between the diversion of two roads. He stands there looking as far down each one as he can see. He would like to try out both, but doubts he could do both. So, therefore, he continues to look down the roads for a long time, trying to make his decisions about which road to take. And we come on to the second stanza. Then took the other just as fair, and having perhaps the better claim, because it was grassy and wanted wear, though as for that the passing there had warned him really about the same. Let's see the explanation of it. He looked down the first one to where it bent in the undergrowth, and then the second one, and he decided to take the other path because it seemed to have less travel than the first. But then he goes on to say that they actually were very similarly worn. The second one that he took seems less traveled, but as he thinks about it, he realizes that they were really about the same. Not exactly the same, but only about the same. Here another idea is that poet's concept that the one is less traveled and one is more. He's also sure there would be other people who may contradict his opinion. They may feel both are equally traveled. But the poet says he's not worried about what others feel. He would do things as per his judgment. Right? What his conscience, his intelligence tells him to do. That's the idea. Now let's move on to the third stanza. And both that morning equally lay, in leaves no steps had trodden black. Oh, I kept the first for another day. Yet knowing how way leads on to way, I doubted if I should ever come back. The third stanza continues with the cognition about the possible differences between the two roads. He had noticed that the leaves were both fresh, fallen on them both and had not been walked on. But then again claims that maybe he would come back and also walk the first one sometimes. But he doubted he would be able to, because in life one thing leads to another and time is short. How beautifully he has put it. We want to do everything possible in life, but once we make a choice, it's very difficult to come back and fulfill the other dream, because life is short and uncertain. You don't know where life would lead you to. Maybe you will never get a second chance. Most people don't. Now the final stanza. I shall be telling this with a sigh. Somewhere ages and ages hence, two roads diverged in a yellow wood, and I took the one less travelled by, and that has made all the difference. Let's see what the explanation is. In the poem, the word difference is taken in a positive way, but there is nothing in the poem that suggests that this difference signals a positive outcome. The speaker could not offer such information because he has not lived the difference yet. The other word that leads non-discerning readers astray is the word sigh. By taking difference to mean a positive difference, then think that the sigh is one nostalgic relief. However, a sigh can also mean regret. There is a oh dear kind of sigh, but also that what a relief kind of sigh. Which one is this? We do not know. If it is relief sigh, then the difference means the speaker is glad he took the road he did. If it is regret sigh, then the difference would not be good and the speaker would be sighing in regret. So we are not sure. But the message poet is trying to provide you is, it doesn't matter whether he is happy or sad of the outcome. He's happy with the fact that he has no regrets of not having tried. Right? Tried and failed is always good. That's the message he's trying to say. He is not sure what the future would be because he has not lived the future. But he's very sure that in future, whether or not he is successful, fact is he will have no regrets for not having tried. The message of the poem, Robert Frost's poem, The Road Not Taken, seems to hold out the motto that life is continuous journey full of divergence now and then. The important thing is to move on without looking back whether the choice of path taken was right or wrong. The right or wrong are relative terms. We cannot get everything in life and have to make choices. Whatever direction in our life takes is determined by the choices made by us. In the journey of life, one can seldom come back to travel the roads not taken earlier. Right? So listen to your heart is what your message is. While making your choices, prudence is not always helpful. You have to make a proper choice. So that will be all, friends. I hope you study hard and stay safe during these COVID times. Take proper care of yourself. Goodbye.